Okay, so on this question, it's all about the ants. It says the number of ants per acre in the forest is normally distributed with mean 45,289 and standard deviation, that 12,000 number. Actually, the number of ants randomly selected, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this just means N for normally distributed. And we always put the mean here and the standard there, the mean. So you just type in the 45,289, the standard deviation, 12,340. And then it says, find the probability that they randomly, it should have been selected, acre in the forest has fewer than 40,000. Okay, so we got to draw ourselves a bell curve like always. So we want our bell curves here. The bell curve. And you put the middle on. The middle is the mean, the 45,289. That's the average number of ants per acre. Okay, and now what are they saying? Fewer than 40,000. Fewer than 40,000. So 40,000 is somewhere, it's smaller than 45,000, somewhere left. And which side am I going to shade? Left side or right side? Well, fewer means less. So I'm going to shade the left side. Are we good there? You always have to do the shading on the bell curve so you can see what you're trying to find. So if they said more, if they said greater, then I would have shaded to the right of the 40,000, wouldn't I? It's all about the 40,000. If they said more than 40,000 or greater, I would shade to the right. If they say less or fewer, smaller, I shade to the left because that's where smaller numbers are. Now, notice the shading goes left forever, right? Remember, these bell curves go down and left and down and right forever. So how far do the numbers go forever? Well, we say -5 nines is to the left forever and +5 nines is to the right forever. So we don't need the +5 nines because our shading doesn't go to the right forever, but it does go to the left forever. So the reason we do the negative and the positive is because it's like a number line, right? This bottom of the bell curve is a number line. And the positive numbers are to the right and the negative numbers to the left. So that's basically negative infinity and that's basically positive infinity. Okay, so now if you go to the exam 2 notes, let me show you, it'll tell us that we're going to need to use normal CDF. Okay, here's the exam 2 notes. It says, are they asking you for a percentage? Yeah, they did. They said find the probability, which is a percentage. Then you can do normal, CDF, left, right, mean, standard. So we'll come back and go, okay, yeah. Back to the question here. That's not the question. Okay, here it is. Yeah, see, they said find the probability. That's a percentage. They're asking for a percentage because probably if I said there's 10% chance of rain, right, a probability is a percentage. So they're asking for a percentage. So that means we're going to definitely do normal CDF. So first you do, second and vars and normal CDF. And then it'll ask you for the lower, upper, the mu and the sigma. And those guys, those are just the mean and the standard deviation. So the mean will be that 45,289 number. The standard deviation is 12,340 number. But what's the lower and the upper? Well, the lower and the upper, the lower is the left side of the shading, and the upper is the right side of the shading. So we're looking at this chunk of shade. So it's although we don't care about the middle anymore, we've already got that down here, but it's all about this chunk of shading. That's why it's so important to put the piece of shading on your graph because it's all about that. And you want to know the left and the right edge of that piece of shading. And so what's the left edge? Well, here's the left edge and here's the right edge. I should actually put them on the bottom. Here's the left edge. Here's the right edge. So the left edge is -5 nines and the right edge is 40,000. Make sure when you do the negative, you do the negative, with the parentheses at the bottom of your TI calculator. Don't do the subtraction button. The TI calculator gets so upset when it's not very well programmed. But anyway, yeah, make sure you use the right negative, the one with the parentheses, at the bottom. That's the negative. That's different than the subtraction, which is between 2 numbers. If you just have a negative on one number, you got to use the negative at the bottom of the calculator. Here, I'll show it real quick. share my screen and show that. Here it is. Turn that on, clear that. So yeah, I'll go second vars, go down to normal CDF, enter, lower, see the negative. I'm about to hit the negative down here on the bottom. See this? Don't hit this subtraction. Watch, here, I'll do the subtraction. See how the subtraction sign is big? It's gonna get really mad at me. Watch. I'll go, that's the wrong thing I just did there. The right edge, 40,000. Watch how upset it gets. 40, 1, 2, 3. And then my mean was a 45,289. I'll do everything else right. And my standard deviation was at 12,340. Here we go. Watch. I'll go enter, enter, enter. And it goes syntax error. Like it's so mad, right? So if this happens to you on the exam, you know, and you're like freaking out, you're like, oh no, you know, the first thing to look for is go find, you maybe put the wrong negative. You did a subtraction, said negative. So I'll do the go to, like go to it. Show me where the problem is. And saying right there, it doesn't like that. But of course that's weird because it's kind of like after the fact. So let me go back into it. Second vars again, normal CDF. And see that right there, that's a subtraction symbol, which has to be between two numbers, not a negative there. Now I just did negative. So the negative on the bottom with the parentheses around it, 5 nines. Now watch. Now it's happy. 0.3341, round to two places, 0.33. So watch out for that. Okay. Go back to the iPad. So I want to do those other parts too. They're even a little bit more tricky. Okay, so now part B, and we did part B. Part C, find the probability the round side has between 35,000 and 50. That'll be a piece of cake, And then I want to do D, which is not a piece of cake. Okay, so do C. I was going to crank out C real quick. Part C says between, what are those numbers? Between 35 and 50. Okay, so just whip out the bell curve, put the middle on there, which I don't remember the middle of that. 45,289. And then they're saying between 30, so 35 about over here. Let's say 50 is about here. 50,000, 35. They want the between them with the shading. So that's that. This is just your lower, and this is your upper, and you just do the normal CDF, right? We good with that? I'll say normal CDF. The lower is going to be the 35,000 because that's always the left edge of the shading. The upper is going to be the 50,000, like that. And then you do the mu and the sigma. This was 45,289. Really not supposed to put in commas. I don't know if it'll have a problem with commas or not. I think it will. And then whatever the standard was, I can't remember. 12,340. So boom, boom, done. Okay, now the hard part. Let's go to D. So for part D, they said first quartile, didn't they? I'm not sure that that's
Wait, right. Mr. Heron, mine doesn't say it like that. Would Q1 be the same?
Yeah, Q1 is the same. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I clicked the wrong button and I've lost the quiz. Let's see here. Where is it? Quiz chapter 6. Yeah, good. I got it back. Yeah, Q1's the same thing. Yeah, mine says first quartile. Q1 is the same thing. First quartile or Q1, those are the same thing.
What if it says upper quarter of percent?
That'd be Q3. I'll get to let me get to that in a second. So let me first do the first quartile, and I'll show some of the other variations. So the first quartile, so then I'm gonna draw the bell curve again. The mean is the middle is still 45,289. So the first quartile. So remember what the quartiles are. So there, it's like a football game, right? 4 quarters of a football game. So Q1 is the end of the first quarter of the football game. And a Q3, for example, would be the end of the third quarter of a football game, right? So if I put them, so this would be like Q1 would be about right there, and Q3 would be about right there. I gotta move this over. Q3, and I'll try to put that other number back. What was it? 45,289 right here. Yeah, Q3 is about there. So this part is what we call the upper quarter, right? Because it's like the last quarter of a football game. This part is the lower quarter because it's like the first quarter of the football game. So depending on what they say. So if they want you to find the Q3, it's right there. If they want you to find the Q1, it's there. If they say find the upper quarter, it's that section. The lower quarter, it's that section. Well, how do I do that exactly? Well, remember the quarters are 25%, huh? So in other words, there's 0.25 in this section, 0.25 in this one, 0.25 here, and 0.25 there. Like just like a football game, it breaks it into 4 quarters. 25, like a dollar has 4 quarters, right? 4 25-cent quarters. So there we go. So depending on what they're saying. So in mine, they're saying find the first quartile. Well, how do I do that? So we're going to go to our calculator. What are we going to use on our calculator? Well, we're going to use inverse norm. Why? Because they are giving us, right here, they are giving us a percentage, aren't they? Because Q1 is 0.25, it's 25%. Right? When they give you a quarter or they say the upper quarter, any kind of quarter talk, they're really giving you a percentage, aren't they? They're handing us a percentage. And so when they do that, if you go back to the exam 2 notes and make the trip way back here again. So I really encourage you to print out these exam 2 notes and have these before you. On the exam, you're not going to be able to go other places on your desktop. You're going to have to print these out. I just changed that. If on the first exam you were able to, but the other exams you're not going to be able to. So you need to print these. So are they asking you for a percentage? No, they're not. They are giving us a percentage. When they mention quarters, they're giving us a percentage. So we're going to do inverse norm. Area left, mean standard. This is exam 2 notes. Make sure you print these out. You will not be able to access them on your desktop during the exam. It's going to block all other activity during the exam. You have to have them printed and in your hand. So print out the exam 2 notes. Let's go use them. All right, so coming on down. And all right, so here we are. So I'm going to do what they're saying here. I'm going to do inverse norm. Let me get rid of this stuff up here. There we go. That's second vars inverse norm. And then let me move that up just a tad bit. Second vars inverse norm. And then it'll say area mu sigma. And area means area to the left. Let me make sure we're clear on that. It doesn't say all that. It means area to the left. So if you're trying to find Q1, then the area to the left of Q1 is 0.25. And then your mu is 45,289. Sigma is 12,340 for mine. Now, what if you were trying, so that'd be for Q1. This is for Q1 here, right? Area to the left is 0.25. But what if you were trying, let me mention for upper quarter. What if they said, we want you to find the upper quarter? Well, that's the same as Q3. And so if you were trying to find Q3, well, here's Q3. What is the area? Again, you do inverse norm. And what would be the area to the left? So if you're at the end of the third quarter in a football game, you're about to start the upper quarter, the last quarter. What part of the game is to the left of you, behind you?
The 75?
There it is, 0.75, exactly. Does that make sense? So whenever we use inverse norm, the area is area to the left of us, behind us, that's already past us. And so, yeah, if you're looking for the upper quarter, Q3, 75% is to the left of you, 3/4. You're at the third quarter mark. And then the mu and the sigma is the same. And we'll just put those in like normal. So that's how we find quartiles. If they want us to find the first quartile, that means the area to the left of us is 0.2. You got to put the decimal though. Don't just write 25 or 75, put 0.25 or 0.75. Yeah, but if we're trying to find the first quartile, area to the left is 0.25. Trying to find the third quartile, area to the left is 0.75. That gets you the upper quarter. If they want the lower quarter, that's the same as Q1, which means area to the left is 0.25. There we go. Then round your answer to 2 decimal places.